Hey mama, I know being a mom is not easy. You had your children and everything took an unexpected turn. I know. Balancing your life outside motherhood with motherhood became a challenge. I can really relate with that. But you know what? Don't let that be a reason for you to be laid back. Don't take that as an excuse to abandon you. You see that you used to be and that you've always wanted to be. Put yourself first for the first time in a long time and find it. Find it, be it, and be unapologetic about it. Smash those goals. Slay and look good for yourself. Keep fit and feel good for you. My name is Anyone and you're welcome to another episode of Being a Mom. If this is your first time here, well, welcome. Have you heard? That's how I dance and sing for my first time as welcome. I'm so excited to have you. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new content. And if you're a returnee, I see you. Don't forget to like, drop a comment and share with your family members. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to stay happy and always get your groove on as a mom. I'm back. So in Toyota Gregory Joner's words, only a happy woman can make a good wife and a good mom. So it is important for we as wives, as mothers, to take care of ourselves. Now, I used to hear people say, oh, before I had my baby, I used to do this. Oh, before I had children, I used to look some type of way. And I usually have this question in my head. So what is stopping you from looking that way? I mean, aside from the fact that, yes, we know the body is going to be different and we even cannot live that exact life we used to live before motherhood. We can't live it as mothers. Why? Because there are more responsibilities taking our time, taking a whole part of our lives. But with conscious effort, it is possible for you to still look amazing as a mom. It is possible for you to still do the things you liked to do or you love to do as mothers. Right, so I put together some few points. I think that, okay, if you really want to stay happy, you want to be happy, you want to have your groove on, you want to have that energy that you wish you would have. And I feel that if you apply them, because I still constantly apply them, right? So I feel like if anybody applies them, it could work, it could help them become more happy and have their groove on as mamas. Now, point one is clarity. It is very, very important for you to be clear on the fact that you have your life. You have a whole life outside motherhood. Yes, motherhood is your life, your family is your life, all these things are your life. But it's also important for you to know that you have goals. You had goals before you became a mother. You still have them. You have dreams. You have a certain kind of life you want to live. You have purposes outside being a mother. Being a mother is just a little part of your purpose in life. So it is important to know that you can't afford or you should not abandon the rest of your purposes because you have fulfilled a little part of it. So you need to be clear on this and you need to know that yes, it's okay for me to have dreams, it's okay for me to have achievables, and it is also okay for me to move forward and do all I can to achieving them. Right? Right. Tip number 2 is to be intentional. Now, living life there's need for everybody to live life intentionally. You need to do everything, make every decision, calculate every move intentionally. I mean, make conscious effort. Think about it. What did I like to do before? Before I got married, before I had my baby, what do I like to do? What do I like to do now? What would I like to achieve? What kind of life would I like? What kind of life would I really want to live? What are the kind of things I would want to achieve? At what point, at which time? You need to be intentional about what you want and how you want it. Does it require you to make some certain moves? Does it require you to get some certain things in place? You just have to be intentional. Does it require you to surround yourself with people who are like minds, people who have enough energy, who have similar energy as you have? Stop at nothing to support me if need be. It is always very important to be intentional about wanting to take care of yourself, because taking care of yourself sounds like something very, very easy. Taking care of yourself is not just about feeding yourself. It's not just about buying clothes for yourself. It's about something so deep that only you can feel it when it begins to happen. So you need to be intentional about it. My next tip is be open-minded. I usually say that life comes in, I'm a realist, right? So I like to say, and I know that life comes in negative and in positive. And the truth is, we don't even have control over what happens to us. We can only try. We can only try to put some things in place. We can only try to, secure some things. But anything can happen at any time that we do not have control over. So it's always important to have an open mind. Learn to see the positive out of every negative. Learn to see the good out of everything that happens, right? I don't know, challenges come every now and then. Challenges can come in big forms, can come in small forms, but you need to train your mind to know that, to see that no matter what happens, there's always a good out of something. Also, in the process of being open-minded, you need to always find a solution to what you will do if anything that you are not so cool with, or anything that is liable or possible to steal your joy and peace of mind. If it happens, what would you do? Are you going to pray? Are you going to talk to someone? What exactly are you going to do, right? So it's good to be very, very open-minded. You just need to train your mind to be open and accept anything that comes as a part of life, as a part of reality, and make peace with it, right? Repeat, don't let anything steal your joy and your peace of mind. It is very, very important to mental health. My next tip is to set goals. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I am so high on setting goals. I feel that it is really, really important to set goals. Setting goals makes it keeps you up and doing. It makes you want to do more, because you know that there's this thing I want to achieve. There's this goal I want to smash. So I just need to keep doing what I have to do. Now, in this situation, how can you set goals? Okay, let me use this as an example. Is it that you're a kind of person who likes to go out or hang out with your husband, or you'd like to, go out with your friends? Just set this simple goal. Plan a date or a hangout or a movie date or a dinner date with your husband once a month. Now, this once a month, you need to work around it to know that it's a time that is comfortable for your husband, and it's also a time that is going to be comfortable and workable for you as well. And once you do that, fix that date and make sure you go for it. Once you go for it once, you've set a goal and you've smashed it, you've achieved it. When you keep doing that like that once a month, you can increase your goal to, okay, we've achieved once a month, let's move it a notch higher to twice a month. And if you keep doing it, you realize you've actually smashed that goal as well, and you're back to doing something you love, something that gives you joy, and something that makes you happy. You just have to be intentional about it and set that goal and make moves towards achieving those goals, right? Another thing is getting help. You see, help is so important for we as mothers. Oh Lord, help is so important. Now, a help could be a domestic staff, right? It could be a living domestic staff. It could be a visiting domestic staff. And if you can't afford it, or there are some factors that wouldn't, allow you get a domestic staff, either a living or a visiting, ask for help around. Is it your husband who you're going to ask for help? Is it your family member or a relative? Is it a cousin or a family friend? Just ask for help. See, I wouldn't call it a misconception, but there's always this notion we mothers used to have that we're superheroes, we're superwomen. We got this. I will do this. I can do this. I will handle it myself. Yes, we eventually get to handle it ourselves. Like, most times it's no-brainers. We get to do it. But guess what? It keeps piling up to a point where you are totally worn out, to a point where you can't even do it anymore, to a point where you just feel mentally, physically, and morally tired. You can't go on anymore. You can't do everything by yourself. There is need for help. In this world of ours, in this life that we live, there are a lot of judges of the jungle, a lot of judging matters, Judge Judy's. They will judge you. Oh, so you can't do this by yourself. Oh, you're not capable. You're not this, you're not that. People will talk anyway. If you die young, they will talk. If you look 55 at 32, they will talk. If you, whatever that happens, they will still talk. So why not just put aside whatever anybody has to say and do what is best for you? Being a superwoman, being a great woman, being a virtuous woman is not measured by how much work you can do, how much domestic work you can do, how much suffer you can suffer. No, that is not what that's not the criteria for being a strong woman. I mean, there are a whole lot of ways to be strong women, but when you know that you can't really handle your domestic chores, or they are much on you, or they are taking your time and it's not allowing you to do other things you really want to do, then get help. Help is really, really important. I can't even overemphasize. Some of us have helps even before we had children. Some of us didn't have help until we had children. Some of us, even having children, we have multiple helps. Do what works for you, and don't care about what anybody has to say, because eventually, my sister, if you pay me, they will still talk. That woman, she too dey restless, she too dey work, she know dey rest. If you look haggard, they say, now wow, why she can't look that way? Her husband knows they take care of her. People will talk anyway, so why not just do you? Never compare. Comparison is the thief of joy and peace of mind. The truth is, there's always something to be thankful for. I don't know if you believe that, but I believe that there's always something to be thankful for. That whenever you compare, there's this peace of mind that leaves you. There's this happiness that just, sort of creeps away. There's this joy there's this sadness that just overwhelms you. That is what comparison does. My dear sister, stop comparing. You are a good mom. You are doing all you can. You are what? You are amazing. You see, that person you're comparing your life as a mother with, or you're comparing your life with generally, there's something about you they really do admire and wish they have. But you don't know. You just think they have it all. Everybody has what they are dealing with. Everybody has challenges. You just don't know. Why? Because we don't wear it on our faces all the time. So don't compare. Don't ever compare. What you have is enough. You see your children, they are blessed enough. You see you as a mother, you are blessed enough. You are amazing. You are a superwoman. So never ever compare yourself as a mother, as a wife, or as a person, because you will never have peace of mind. You will never be happy. So just learn to appreciate what you have and value it, and know that it will get better. Why? Because you want it to get better. And with the help of God, everything is possible. Right. Okay, so the next thing and the final tip is never feel guilty. You see this one, I know a lot of us are sitting on this table comfortably and conveniently, because at every point we feel the need to do something for ourselves. We feel like bad mothers. We feel like we're not putting our children first. We feel like we're not putting our family first. But the truth is, that is what we do all day, every day. We think about ourselves last. Ever since I had my baby, it took a conscious effort for me to start shopping for myself, because I was just all about, for the fact that I shopped everything my son would need and require from 0 to age 1 before I had him. I would still keep shopping for him after I had him, and I'll put him over me, because I just feel, oh no, I'm gonna be fine, until it got to a point where I realized, oh girl, do you have this? No. Do you have that? No. Okay, so what have you been doing? Then it totally dawned on me, like, I've actually not been doing anything for me. It's always been about my son. Understand that you have a life of your own. You have a life to live. You have your dreams. You have your aspirations. You have your purposes. And when you make moves, when you make sacrifices to go after them, it's okay. It's all right. It's the right thing to do. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, oh, my child this one, my child that one, oh, my children this one, my children that one, and the time passes by you, and there's no time for you to do anything, there are no opportunities anymore, and you're just there, your children will ask you, even if they don't come to your face to ask you, they would have that question in their mind. So why didn't mommy do this? So why didn't mommy do that? But mommy could have done this, but mommy had the opportunity to do that. So while you're putting them first, put you two first, and don't forget that it's all right. It's okay. Never ever feel guilty about wanting the good for yourself, wanting to move forward, wanting to feel okay, wanting to look fine. All right? Put it first and be unapologetic about it. I'm going to cap it up with saying this. Happiness is from within. Happiness is free. I have shared these tips, hoping that if you apply them, it would help you get your groove on, get going, get moving, and all of those things. But the truth is, it will work if only you want it to work. You can't be overwhelmed with sadness and feel that if you apply all those things, happiness will just come. Boom. No. Happiness is a mindset. You need to find anything that can be responsible for you to be happy and see it and be happy. Happiness is a choice. You make that decision to be happy regardless of what is going on, regardless of how tough being a mother is, regardless of how tough you think your children are, regardless of how broke you might feel you are, or whatever. Regardless of anything, you choose to be happy. You see, all those happy people out there, they don't have it all. Nobody ever has it all, but there's always this constant decision being made all the time to be happy, to stay happy, to move forward being happy, to have that energy, to be overwhelmed with that happy energy. And yes, we stick to it and become happy. So you can decide to apply all those tips and still make that decision not to be happy. You won't be happy, but know that I want to be happy. I deserve to be happy, and I am going to be happy. And apply these tips, then yes, you would have a reason to come back to thank me that yes, I applied those tips. I'm happier. I feel more peace. I am starting to do what I love to do. So let me know if you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and don't give me a thumbs down. Don't give me but really, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you feel that there are other tips you could share with other moms that could make them become happier, that could help them get their groove on, please share with us in the comment section. We're always all about learning. All right, and don't forget to like and share with your family and friends. If you have not subscribed, this is the right time for you to go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification button to get notified whenever I post a new content.